Hey, folks, welcome back. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. We're bringing you unusual option activity that we've found. That activity is calls, sometimes puts. And obviously, some of those puts are really working today. I'll have examples of both, as well as today's 3 at 3 coming right up for Cinco de Mayo, which, as I will tell my friend Scott Wapner, on overtime in a little over an hour from now, Cinco is not C-I-N-C-O, it's S-I-N-K-O, Cinco. I'm sure you get it. All right. Here was a call that worked out nicely, but another example of how you have to use that discipline. I put out a video a week or so ago talking about how I've shortened up my swing, talked about how I take profits at 50% now instead of waiting for 100. Doesn't matter if it's a call or a put, because the markets are swinging so wildly that I am taking profits quickly and I am cutting losses more quickly. If you're a new viewer, you will hear this for the first time. So sorry, all of you have had to bear with it for years. But I, on discipline side of things, try to discipline myself on taking losses and profits. On losses, I cut them at 50%. I have shortened that down to 25 to 30%. If a stock or option trade moves against me, I cut it. Likewise, when an option or stock trade works for me, I take profits. And in the case of options, on the call option side, when the option goes up 50% or more, I take half of it off the table, let the rest run. I will snug a stop up underneath that level. On the case of puts, I will take profits at that exact same 50% level and then snug a put or another option against that put as it goes to the downside, hoping to let it run as much as possible before I have to take that trade off. So in this example, this is a solar company. Sunrun Solar or Run Sun Solar, whatever, it's a solar company. And look at that, just 2 days ago, they were buying the January 25 calls. They had been buying the August 25 calls just days before that, last week, in fact. And where did the stock go? Went to 27.43. It traded to 27.70 early on. So what should you have done? Again, I can only tell you what I would do because I am not your financial advisor. But what I would do, what I did do, was take profits. And I did it like a thief in the night. I just bang, hit it and quit it, as they say. So we don't always get a pop that opens like this, but one of the nice things about earnings is frequently that's when you do get gaps up or gaps down. If you have puts and it gaps down, it might give you an opportunity to buy the stock. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how I would trade it. Likewise, if the stock pops to the upside, I could sell stock against the calls that I own and then exercise the calls and let the whole position go away. Again, that's what I do. So that's one example. Here's another. IWM, bearish puts. You heard me talk about it both on TV and here with you just a week ago. They were buying huge amounts of these IWM puts. I said at the time, one of the largest purchases we've seen in a very long time. Well, IWM has sank dramatically since then. The IWM, let me see, it was 186 back then, sank dramatically since. And these 40,000 June 180 puts, well, they're up 100%, let's call it today. So another example, hit it, take the profit, I move on. Next trade, Virgin Galactic, one I did yesterday. So Virgin Galactic, did it work? Yes, it did. We talked about bullish call buying the 6th of May, that's this Friday, tomorrow, on the 8 strike calls. They bought them for 29 cents. Well, where do you think those calls went when the stock traded this morning, if you look at it? Because where was the stock when we saw this yesterday? The stock was 777. Remember me talking about that being a lucky number sometimes on slot machines in Vegas? Well, it went to 815 this morning. That's in regular trading time, folks. I'm not talking about pre-market activity. That's regular trade. As you see, the high for the day was 815 this morning, despite the negative market. And that gave you an opportunity to double your money. Now, if you guys don't use your discipline, DDA, as Pete calls it, discipline dictates action, then don't blame me. I can only preach it. You guys have to do it. So I would and have taken my profits and moved on. I am not in this one anymore because it's only got one day to live. Now, could we reverse and just go screaming to the upside tomorrow? Sure, we could. And then I'll curse myself and say, darn it, I wish I hadn't have sold those. But on the other hand, if the market doesn't stay over 8 in Virgin Galactic space, SPCE, then I'm going to say it was a smart move to take those profits and to double your money on that trade. Bang. All right. RebelCon. This is going to be going on in Dallas. A lot of you are probably thinking now, maybe I'm not as good at options as I thought I was. Maybe I need to sharpen up my skills a little bit. Well, we've got just the solution for you. Come to RebelCon in Dallas, Texas, September 21st through 24th. You will have a great time. There will be golf matches, hole-in-one contests, barbecues, armadillo races. I know, armadillo races, but there'll be armadillo races and an awful lot of trading, twice as much trading, in fact, as we've done at previous conferences, live trading, not after the fact, live during the trading day, as well as guest lecturers. Last year, we had Brian Sullivan, we had Tom Lee, we had Tony Dwyer. We will have even more this year, and many of those same people, perhaps. But having a very diverse group that last year included Jordan Freed, one of the guys in cryptocurrencies these days with NFT.com. You don't want to miss this one, folks, but you will miss it if you don't join now, because we have limited space, 250 people. That's all the spots we've got left. And Vegas was almost 1,000 last year, 997, I think is what we had last year. So if you want to come, do it now. Sign up. You can get a package that includes your hotel room. You can get all kinds of special stuff if you go now. If you wait till later, you'll be buying it from somebody else on eBay. And they'll be doubling up the price. So make sure you check it out. You will thank me for it. Okay, let's get to today's 3 at 3. First one, Altria, cigarette company, just out of the money calls. As you see here, Pete talking about it on the halftime report, they were buying May 57.50 calls. One day to be right. So this is rolling those bones, folks. So be aware, you need to trade quick, take profits, cut losses, both quickly on this. Crypto Convo, recorded another one yesterday. We've got great content coming up. Go to cryptoconvo.com. Enough said. All right, Camco. Pete also addressed this uranium producer. CCJ is the symbol. May 30 calls. It's an upside call with 2 weeks to go. Very fast time decay. So I will buy that call, sell a call above it, because time decay is fierce in options that have 2 weeks or less. When an option has 6 weeks or less, it's really accelerating. You get down to 2 weeks, you can hear it, the time decay coming out of those options. So make sure you trade smart however you elect to trade it. CCJ, Camco, obviously uranium, very critical for Germany and a number of other countries right now that are having to rely more heavily on nuclear energy, nuclear power, because they're getting cut off from oil and gas from Russia. Third and final today, ABBV. Pete's ABBV calls expire this Friday. So I gave you 2 that expire this Friday. Got to be fast. Got to be fast with these. Altria and ABBV both expire this Friday, tomorrow. So if you elect to get in here, then you need to take profits quickly if we start running that direction. On the other hand, we do have losses from time to time. Cut those losses fast if this is not working. Now, if you're somebody who's relatively new to this, do yourself a favor and paper trade it. say, well, what if I were to have bought these at this price now? And then what if I were to trade these for on that paper trade without actually committing real cash? Because that's really important for you to understand how time decay and how quickly you need to move when you do trades that have so little time remaining. I encourage you to go to learn more about options on marketrebellion.com. That's marketrebellion.com. You can learn all about what we do, how we do it. I can't emphasize enough that there is great information available, online learning, distance learning. Also, we have coaches, we have mentors, and we have subscriptions like the ones I've described today. Go to marketrebellion.com/get started. It's going to do it for us today, folks. Sweet. I will see those of you who tune in to Overtime with Scott Wapner. I will be on in the second half hour of that show today from down here in Puerto Rico. Make sure you tune in. I'll see you there.